Hey, today we're going to take a look at an album by a band called Jellyfish. This album came out in 93 and I found it serendipitously. I worked at a restaurant and a girl came up to me that I work with, Jennifer, and she said, "Do you want to buy this CD for $5?" I bought it. I absolutely hate it. You and I have opposite taste. I think that you would like it. I looked at the album cover. I'm like, I never heard of these guys, but if you hate it, I'm into it. I gave her the $5 and I put it in my car on the way home. This album is what I would call an absolute study in beautiful songwriting. This is an album that if somebody grew up in the 90s and they were 10 years old, say if they were born in the mid to early 80s, this would be an album that could give them an education like no other. The songwriting on this album by Andy Sturmer and Roger Manning, I think, is fantastic. These songs are not written, these songs are crafted. I can't say enough great things about them. There's so much detail going on, there's so much beautiful melody. And I can't recommend this album enough. If you are a fan of very strong melodies and beautiful musical harmony, you will dig this. Let's take a look at each song. Song 1 is a song called Hush. It is a lullaby. Now, some people tell me the whole album's a dream and that the first song puts you to sleep and then the last song, Brighter Day, is supposed to be him awaking from his dream. I don't know or care. The song stands alone. It's like people that tell me, Dark Side of the Moon's about a bank robbery. Yeah, I don't care. It's a bank robbery, is it really? Who gives a shit? Each song has to stand on its own for me to like an album. Otherwise, it sucks. Operation Mindcrime, for instance, by Queensryche, is a concept album that I think is just absolute shite. The songs on it are so horrible. I hate that album. But because it was metal, the metal guys are like, "Oh, it's our concept record." Shut up. Alright, Hush. This song is kind of in the vein of the Beach Boys, how they were influenced by the Four Freshmen. So you get that Four Freshmen and Beach Boys type of harmonies going on. And something also very Willy Wonka about it. Song 2 is a song called Joining a Fan Club. This song has some real obvious influence from Queen, and I would also say some strong influence from Wings. The band is Jellyfish all the way. Every song on the album sounds like Jellyfish. When I tell you I can hear where their influences or what they're drawing from, it's just these nice touches in it that you can really hear where they're drawing their sound and influence from. But chord structure-wise and everything else, this is real beautiful stuff. Song 3 is a song called Sebrina, Paste, and Plato. Now this one is a little bit more lighthearted, a little tomfoolery, definitely Willy Wonka-ish at times, but a little bit of 10cc and Paul McCartney and Wings. You have the whole gambit there of all the pop goodness from the 70s in this package that is still very Jellyfish. Song 4 is one of my favorite songs on the album. I believe it was a single on the album. The song is called New Mistake. Now this one definitely has like some Partridge Family influence, some McCartney and Wings influence, and in the hook there's some definite Supertramp influence. Again, it's still a Jellyfish album. It sounds like Jellyfish with all these little flavors and hints. It's really good stuff. Check out New Mistake. Song 5 is a song called Glutton of Sympathy. And this song is really nice. Again, we bring in all those 70s pop bands. The production is really good. Each little guitar part, when the electrics come over and weave over the acoustic, everything is really thought out. Like I said, these songs were crafted and beautifully done. Song 6, The Ghost at Number 1, which was another single, kind of reminds me of the Partridge Family, a little 10cc. The outro is very, very Beach Boys / Four Freshmen. For those who aren't familiar with the Four Freshmen, I tell you to check them out. You will hear where the Beach Boys kind of got their harmony ideas. and also where, like Donald Fagen for the song Maxine, got his ideas. Number 7 is a song called Bye Bye Bye. This one here reminds me of like 10cc and Billy Joel got together. There's definitely some of that Billy Joel Italian type of thing that he did, that New York Italian carnivalesque thing he did in the 70s. Great song. One of my favorites. Just really nice. Song 8 is a song called All Is Forgiven. This song kind of reminds me of, there's some elements from Queen 2, which was a very early Queen album that was great. Also, some of it reminds me of Wings, say like around the Let Me Roll It era. Again, All Is Forgiven is a nice song. Little guitar heavy, but great. Song 9 is Russian Hill. Russian Hill kind of reminds me of like some Phoebe Snow, maybe a little Led Zeppelin in the Rain song and some of the chords, and definitely Beatlesque. So not a bad threesome there to have. Song 10 is a song called He's My Best Friend. And what song is better than a guy singing about his penis? This song is real fun. It definitely has more of a late 60s type of vibe. Reminds me a little bit of Donovan or Three Dog Night, Mama Told Me Not to Come type of sound. Song 11, Too Much, Too Little, Too Late. I would say you can hear Paul and Linda all over these in the harmonies, but it's Jellyfish doing it. It's real fun. Again, this record is an absolute lesson in songwriting, song crafting, arranging, producing. It's really a wonderful album. The last song on this album is a song called Brighter Day. This is poppy, kind of has a little bit of, I feel like a little Tom Waits In the Neighborhood type of feel, because it's that parade feel, but it's probably a little derivative more from some 70s stuff. Either way, it's a fantastic song. There isn't a bad song on this album. This album might be the best album of the 90s. It's easily the best album that's overlooked in the 90s. This should have been one of the biggest selling albums of the decade. Anyway, I put the link in the description so you can listen to it, check it out on Spotify. Let me know what you think. Write me back in the comments. As always, very good.